up, YouTube? Zukium1 here, and I am back with a brand new League of Legends video. Today we are back in the bot lane with my boy Lucian, and we are playing another game with me and my friend Mr. JK. The usual bot lane, the Janna and Lucian bot lane. Lucian, as you guys already know, is not the strongest ADC right now, with people opting to take like Tristana or Caitlyn, people who has like a farther range than Lucian, because he's having, you know, kind of those difficulties being able to carry to the mid and late game. But in the mid lane, as you guys already know, have been having a lot of tournament pressure in terms of like the LCS and then solo queue as well. So he's been having a lot of success there. So, but I still like to play him in the bot lane. So, I mean, he's my favorite champion to play in the bot lane. Really, honestly, if I'm being completely honest here, the whole reason why I started playing bot lane was because of him. So he's a very big influence on me and my bot lane action, you know. So right here we're Lucian for the Diana. We got the Diana in the jungle. We got to go against the Zyra in the Vayne. As you guys saw in the last video, I don't know if you guys get, for some of you, you might have saw it. For others, you may have not. But in my very last game, I played against Azaya, and in that game, I had AP runes. So that was kind of a tricky game, but we were able to manage to come out on top on that one. I ended the game at 20-7. So I ended up doing a pretty decent trade with the Vayne right there. The Zyra, though, is somebody I really don't want to get into an extended trade with. I remember thoroughly how painful it is trying to fight against her. I think they pick up a kill against my support in the early on. I'm not exact. I'm trying to remember exactly how to go, but I know I started the fight here because I hit level 2 before them, but then the Jax came to gank me and killed me. So yeah, that one was rough. That was really hard to deal with, because I wasn't expecting him to gank so early on in the levels, because I'm only level 2 at the time. I just hit level 2, and I was applying the level 2 power spike that, you know, Lucian is so famous for. So as I was applying that pressure for the level 2 power spike, the Jax comes and gank me, and that really put me behind. I really didn't really like that situation. I mean, obviously, right, I'm level 2. I wasn't expecting to gank that early on, and obviously I had got it. So as you guys can see right now, they have 1,000 gold lead ahead of our team right now. They have 2 kills over ours with the wait, who picked up the first kill? I believe so Rise picked up the first kill against the Katarina. The interesting detail here is that the Rise is he was platinum. So I was kind of confused how a platinum player ended up in a bronze game, but he was there. If you check him on LOL King and on LOL Nexus, it says that he's platinum. So I don't know. Yeah, but the Zyra, as you can see, is really damaging. She almost took my support out of the fight. So I'm trying to focus on CSing right here. I missed that one CS, which was really disheartening. I tried to pick up the kill on the Zyra, but the Vayne, when she condemned me, it really set me back. Now right here, I tried to trade with the Vayne while she had the shield on me, because it wouldn't make sense for me to turn around when she shielded me and when I get the bonus AD and the and just having a shield on top of that. But now that I noticed that the Vayne is by herself, I tried to get aggressive, so I get a free pokes on her, and I was a little disheartened right there, because I tried to pick up the kill there so I could try to bounce back and get a good lead over the lane, but here we're gonna end up trading lives, which was really disheartening. So right here, I get the shield, and I almost get away, but the turret aggroes me twice, so I die, obviously. But yeah, with that, it was I mean, that was just the amount of blood that I needed for me to be able to bounce back into the game. So with that, I think I pick up no, I don't pick up my BF blade because I was just short. I think I was at 1,000 gold right now. So I had 1,000 gold trying to get to 1,300 gold so I can be able to purchase my BF blade. So I decided to go back to bot lane even though I had the item deficit, because the Vayne just now finished her zeal, and you know, once she gets her zeal, even if she rushes her E, you know, she can stack up that true damage really quickly, and that, I mean, that's true damage. There's nothing that you can do to defend against that. So I made sure to try to farm from a distance so I don't get initiated on by the Zyra. I noticed that she was doing doing her route, so I dashed out of the way to prevent them from being able to initiate on me. Plus, the Zyra just really hurts both of us in the situation. So I'm trying to make sure I keep a good distance between me and her, and the any of her damage really, because she really hurts. I missed like 3 CS that game. I really critique myself on the CSing because I really want to be able to make sure that I improve thoroughly, and it's really good like to make sure that you take the time to review yourself to see like, okay, what am I struggling in the most? And I honestly feel like my CS game is probably my weakest department. Like initiating, kiting, all those other aspects, I do that very efficiently. But my CSing is not where it needs to be, so I need to figure out what is the best method for me to be able to CS with the champions that I play with. So right now we're kind of at a stalemate right here, but we're gonna initiate a fight. So I tell the Janna to shield me, and then I'm going in. I made a mistake though. I dashed in the wrong direction, but I think I still pick up a kill on the Zyra here. So. She's going to walk up and step out of position, and I'm going to punish her for it. Right here. So she stepped out of position, and I get a free kill. So even though the Vayne condemned me to prevent me from being able to kill her, I still got her. So right now, it's pretty stale right now. She has 2 kills with 1 death. I have 2 kills with 2 deaths, but I have the CS lead, and I just picked up a kill on her support. So plus I have unspent gold, because remember I told you in the last one I had only 1,000 or 1,200 gold. So with that much gold that I didn't spend, I should be coming back with like a complete, what's it called it? I started trading with the Vayne because I had the shield and I had the Janna, but I didn't want to commit. And then fortunately we saw the Jacks coming before advance. Now at this point in the game, I was like really agitated with the Jacks because I was like, ooh, I can't believe this guy really ganked me at level 2. Like, that really made me so mad, guys. Like, you really just do not understand how irritated I was when I saw this guy coming out of the jungle at level 3. So I ended up grabbing a Vision Ward, the Warhammer that gives you cooldown, and then the BF Blade. So I have a pretty decent amount of AD right now, and I have a Vision Ward to be able to put down for the Vayne when she does her ultimate. I pick up Vision Wards a lot, but I mainly make sure I pick up them against like Vaynes and Twitches, so I can make sure that I have vision when they go invisible. So right now I still have the CS lead, which is pretty decent. Even though the Vayne had killed me early on, I tried to punish her right here because she was out of position. And I almost kill her, but she flashes out of the way to prevent herself from being killed right there. But the Zyra gets murdered here. And after I kill the Zyra, I'm able to pick up the kill against the Vayne. But the Zyra kills me with the plant. I didn't know that once her plant is that, I mean, even if she dies, the plant still is auto attack you. So it was kind of the Katarina. She makes some good plays in terms of coming down bot to gank, because that really helped her out against a struggling lane against the Ryze, because the Ryze is a lot stronger than the Katarina. He has a root, and he has other tools, of course, to be able to oppress her and keep her from being able to do things that she wants in the lane, you know, like snowballing. So she makes some pretty good play calls to come down bot and be able to roam down on the Vayne and the Zyra. So right now, as you guys can see, I was able to make a really strong comeback. I'm 4-3 now when I went from 1-2. So I pulled ahead of the Vayne in terms of CS still, even though it's only 1, and I have more kills than her. So I'm doing pretty good. I wish I could have been doing better with CSing, but that, again, as I stated before, that's my weak point. So, you know, something that I'm going to be consciously trying to get better at. So we noticed the Jax coming again with the vision wards. We made sure that after that first gank, we made sure that we kept vision up at all times. So right here, right, we see that the enemy team is still kind of nearby, and the Diana wanted to try to get a play started. But my support wanted to leave because he had low mana and low health. But they kind of forced a fight here. I almost killed the Jax and almost killed the Vayne, but they both get away from me. Oh no, I get the Vayne. Yeah, okay. So right here, the Katarina picks up the other two. And I mean, it picks up the Zyra, and that was a pretty good play on our part. No one died, and we were able to keep the pressure up. I tried to get us to rotate towards the dragon, but then I realized that Jax already took the dragon, so I just end up pushing out the wave a little bit more. But then I realized that Jax hasn't showed face on the map again, and I didn't want to die to him, especially after I'd been fighting to come back, so I ended up leaving. I based onto my turret, even though that's like less time that I could have had. I didn't know where Jax was on the map. And in lower divisions, people like to chase out the kills because it's like smelling blood and water. Like, yeah, I didn't want to run the risk of getting killed, so I just leave. Right here, I was waiting on an item, I believe. Yeah. So I pick up a couple daggers. A couple. So I still have a little bit of a gold lead on the Vayne, but she's doing a really good job in terms of CSing, and I was doing a pretty garbage job at CSing. Because as you can see, I pulled ahead of the Vayne by significant. I'm 5-3 now, right? And that means that I was doing a really good job at in terms of keeping a good lead on her. But this, the Vayne isn't doing that banged up of a job either, because she's only CSing like, yeah, she missed the CS right there. She got one right there, but yeah. She didn't really do that banged up of a job in terms of CSing. But I end up getting kills off Zyra's plants and everything else in between. So I ended up still keeping a good lead over her. Now, the reason why I cleared the lane out, I cleared the minion wave out instead of keeping it for being able to kill the, hold on. I want y'all to see that real quick. I really want y'all to see that for a second. So right here, if you go back, this right here, they lined up perfectly. So I get both of them in one single queue, which was absolutely perfect. Now, of course, they didn't do that on purpose, but it was like they set it up for me to be able to do that. Now, the Mokai was trying to tank out the turret for the Kled, but Kled is a very difficult champion to kill, especially when he can build up his courage back to get his ride back. which again is super annoying. Now, I almost died right here, but thanks to kiting, I was able to turn it around on the Jax. So the Jax was forced to have to leave. Now, I tried to fight against the Rise, which was a really bad call on my part because he instantly just blows me up. Now, my problem was, and Clay kills the Diana because she made a bad choice to try to continuously dive to Clay after she wasn't successfully able to dive him the first time. So as you can see, there's a lot of bad decisions being made. Well, the one on my part was something that was really, really bad because obviously you can tell that I have a little bit more basic sense and stuff like that. So for me not to have been like, maybe this isn't the best idea to be going over here to fight against this Rise. Like, that's not saying that I'm a bad player per se in terms of like not being able to fight against him while I had low health. It was more of I wasn't in the right position to be able to capitalize off his bad mistakes. So the Janna sets up that kill perfectly for me, but because I don't have boots here, I'm not able to pick up the kill on the Vayne. So the Vayne gets away from me. It's very sad to see, but she gets away from me. I mean, there's really nothing I can do about that. The Katarina tries to pick up the kill on the Zyra here. I think the Zyra turns around and tries to fight and gets blown up. So it's going to happen in a couple seconds because we're about to fight in the river, I believe. Yeah. So if you guys can see right here, they're all grouping up in the river. But I don't think we have any vision in the river right now. So I just end up pushing out the bot line. Yeah, so they ended up killing the dragon. I see that they took the dragon, so I go towards over here. I see that they got a vision ward there, and then I try to start a fight here. So I start the fight against the Jax. Then I see the Zyra. Now, if they would have all turned around and had tried to fight against us at one time, then that wouldn't have never happened. But because they were all together and they left, and only two of them came, it wasn't that big of an issue for us to be able to fight 2v1. It also helped that the Jax had already used his E prior to that fight, so he didn't have anything to be able to use against me. Right now we have a strong gold lead, but they have 2 Earth Drakes, so that helps them in terms of shoving. The Rise right now, he's a really big boy. He's 4-1. And the reason why I want to point that out is because he's a really big problem in this game, right? And I've been watching a whole bunch of videos in terms of like Rise's win rate and things like that, and this video definitely proves it. He had like an amazing game. He did everything right. His microtransactions, everything that he was doing was perfectly done correctly, but he just wasn't able to win because he was playing a champion that just can't win. So I don't know if like that's a good part on my part. Now I lose in a 1v1 against the Vayne, even though I'm a level ahead of her and things like that, and I have more CS. Now I didn't have vision of her right there. That one tumble made all the difference in that fight because I would have won otherwise. So, I mean, obviously, I'm like, oh, man, the tumble. But the Vayne was like, yeah, you without your Janna, you're garbage. So, when she said that, needless to say, I got very tilted. I mean, I was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm bad without my Janna, okay. That's fine. That's fair. Now, I always make sure I give credit to my supports. An AD ain't shit without his support. I mean, if we're being completely honest. You're the only person in an entire lane that has a person that's designed to specifically help you get fed. So, obviously, the support has to play a very important role in that situation. So, you know, I make sure that I try to do my part and give my credit where credit is due. But the fact that Vayne, a 1v1 champion, and also have been noted to be called like an assassin, like her subclass is literally an assassin, right? I'm an AD. In a 1v1 setting, if she's able to go invisible on me and I don't have a vision ward on me, then she's gonna win that fight every time. It's just gonna happen. I picked up a vision ward in case I did go 1v1 against her again, but I didn't. I mean, I didn't have the vision ward when I fought against her, so I wasn't able to. So, Lucian here again, guys. Sorry about that. So apparently, I ran out of disk space on my hard drive. I had to clear up some space on my hard drive. I have a lot of videos and edited content and stuff like that. But as you guys already know, I was in the last little part, I was talking about me going 1v1 against the Vayne and how she was able to kill me because I didn't have a vision ward to be able to see her when she tumbled. Because that last auto attack made all the difference in between that fight between me and her. So, as you guys can see here, it looks like a team fight is brewing in the mid lane. I didn't want to go through that direction because I would have got murdered. So I ended up going around, you know, just trying to pick out a fight, trying to see if there's anything for me to do on my end. Zyra is trying to get a fight initiated, but everybody's at neutral right now. The Jax, on the other hand, he is pushing down the bot lane, which is going to make a huge difference this game because he's going to be split pushing a lot of turrets and things. So they were able to kill the Kled in the top lane because they went 2v1. So they locked him down and he had no turret this time around. The Zyra was caught out of position. Now I tried to kill her, but she exhausted. Right now, the Vayne and the Zyra are going to attempt to try to fight against me here, but they had to retreat because I had a lot of damage on my end. Now the Katarina, on the other hand, she was able to pick up the kill because I wasn't able to dive into that. So the Jax does pick up the bot lane turret. As I stated before, he was able to push in the bot lane without too much, you know, dispute against other champions. Because 3 of us were in the mid lane, right? So 3 of us in the mid lane and 2 of us in the top lane. There's nobody to stop him bot lane from being able to push. He saw that, and so he took bot lane and got free gold for his team, which closed that gold gap by a lot, and they gave them equal amount of turrets. So they've taken only 2 of the bot lane turrets, but that's 2 turrets, 2-tier turrets. They got the first, 2nd tier turret. We don't have a 2nd tier turret, so that's going to imply a really good amount of pressure in the bot side. So we got to be able to play extra smart to make sure that that doesn't become a really huge factor in this match. So I'm just farming up right now, trying to keep my gold lead. I have about 141 CS, 9 kills, 5 deaths, 1 assist. So I was able to bounce back a lot since that 1 death and 1 kill and 2 deaths. I continue to push up the wave because I see that everybody's showing face. I decided to try to push in the bot turret because again, as I stated before, I saw everybody already show face. Then when I saw that the Vayne had showed face, I wanted to try to make sure that we proceed to kill her. So I'm looking for pretty much any type of fight. I shoot the vision trinket to try to see if there's anything. Again, the Jax is applying pressure in the other lane, so he was able to take the first tier top turret, which gave them an advantage in the tower department. We got more gold collectively as a team, mainly due to me being able to farm and get kills. I get the Vayne right. Oh no, I don't get the Vayne right there. She comes. I get the Kled right here. So I get the Kled. The Vayne tries to defend the tower the best she can, but it's really not much she can do. If she comes up too close, I will dive her. Like I don't have any problem with doing that. So she just has to let us take that tower right there. She attempts to try to defend this, but again, she didn't really have a choice in the matter on that one. The Zyra gets murdered right there by the by the Diana, and right there I give a huge props to my support right there. He made sure to heal me right at the perfect time to be able to make sure that I didn't take the full brunt of that damage from Zyra's ultimate, which helped me be able to help Diana get the Inferno Drake. So we pick up the Inferno Drake, our first dragon of the game, and I decided to push in the boss side wave because it's pushing up again. So I got a pretty decent amount of CS again. It's 25 minutes on the clock, and I'm already at 150. Honestly, I feel like I'm a little behind, but I did get an S this game, so I think that I was right on point in terms of where I needed to be with the CS department. I hurt myself a lot in terms of CSing because I feel like that's my weakest thing, so I'm kind of very critical on my CSing. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of pressure building up in the mid lane right now. I was waiting to finish off an item, so I finished my IE, I got my Phantom Dancer, and I got another. I still have my Vision Ward that I had already. So I'm trying to decide on the next item I should go for. Obviously, I want to go for a Vampiric Scepter so I can go into the Blade of the Rune King. So my usual build that you normally see in mostly all my Lucian replays. I go for the Essence Reaver into the Phantom Dancer, into the Infinity Edge, into the Bork, and then into GA. And then the last item is whatever I need for that situation. So right here, I could have tried to kill the Jax, but I wasn't able to follow up because the Rise is right there, who's 5 and 3, and I'm a very squishy ADC. So obviously, I don't want to get murdered. So I decided to back up. Now the Zyra is completely out of position, and she gets punished for it. Now she doesn't know that I just dropped the ward in the brush, so she goes back towards the brush, and I dive her right here. So then my Janna, she uses her redemption, but that was just a really bad fight for them. So I get declared, but I end up dying to the Rise, obviously, and the Rise is able to kill the Janna, but the Katarina does eventually kill him after we've all died, which I was a little upset about, but again, I mean, we got the guy, I guess, but I felt like it was a little too late to be striking on that. But I bought my Cutlass, Cutlass blade. I tried to work on my Recurver bow so I can try to build and rush into the Blade of the Rune King as soon as possible. I'm still dead for the next 6 seconds. So right now we're just applying pressure into different lanes. We were able to pick up the first and second tier mid lane turrets. Top lane has a lot of pressure on this second tier turret, so right now in terms of turrets it's kind of even a little bit because Jax applies a lot of pressures into a lot of different lanes, but we do have the turret lead right now with 4 turrets to their 3, and we have the gold lead too as well. Now right here I get a fat wave, which gives me a whole bunch of gold. This was easily a Recurver bow. They end up rushing to take top turret. Now I opt not to go into any of the fighting and just decide to push in bot lane by myself, well, along with my support, because I'm thinking to myself, like, if I grab this, they'll take the first tier turret, but we'll take second tier bot turret, which will apply way more pressure than them taking the first tier mid turret. So because there's 3 of them mid and it's 2 of us bot, it shouldn't be that big of a problem with us taking this bot turret. So in fact, we do take this without too much difficulty. Now I don't know that the Vayne is coming with her teammates, so the 3 that was mid are coming my way. Now I killed the Vayne without too much difficulty, but I didn't know the rest of the team was coming as well. So they easily murdered me, and I died. And Rise is able to pick up the kill on both of us because of my poor knowledge in terms of not warding this tri-area right here, the little area between the Wolves, Grump, and Booba. If you ward that area, you can get a whole bunch of vision to be able to see if somebody's coming from the river, somebody's coming from Dragon, or coming from anywhere else in the map. But because I didn't ward that, we were vulnerable and we got 3-man game. Granted, I did get the vein, but I wasn't able to do anything else after that. So right now, as you guys can see, I just finished my Blade of the Ruin King. I have 200 CS right now, which is double the amount the Vayne has. The Diana is going to die here because she dove into the enemy team. I think she get away. Yeah, so she gets away. I thought she got killed there actually because she dove into the enemy team, and you know, diving into the enemy team is never a smart idea. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a squishy 80 man. So right now we're sieging down mid lane because they just got done fighting. So now all of them are going to be together. I tried to go in on the Vayne because I just procced my accelerated blast. Now the Zyra again get caught out of position and gets murdered. She constantly keeps trying to initiate a whole bunch of fights, and because she's trying to initiate so many fights, she gets caught out of position and ends up getting killed. Now, of course, her team is very upset about this, but the Zyra doesn't understand that by being out of position so much, she puts herself at risk more than she benefits her team. Because 9 times out of 10, she's probably going to die before she gets a chance to initiate a fight. Now, if she was tanky, on the other hand, that'd be a completely different subject. Now, I opt out and taking the blue buff, and no. I see them going for drag, so I get over here. I try to contest it because we were able to kill the Zed the Claire without too much problem. And yeah, so we're able to take the dragon. I see the fat wave pushing in on bot lane, so I end up helping to get that as well. So I picked up the kill on the Claire, and I get this fat wave. That was 130, and oh boy, the CS just doesn't stop. So. I have the most CS on both sides. Well, no, actually the Claire has more CS than me. But yeah, I have the most CS besides Claire on both sides. Now, the Zyra did a lot of damage to me, even though she's like 1 in 10. That really hurt it. But I just kind of face tank all her damage because of the Janna pretty much is OP as shit. So I kill these two without too much difficulty thanks to the heal. So I take barrier and heal. And now the Claire right here, he gets outplayed because I get the barrier from Janna and he has to either focus me or he has to focus Janna. But by that time I was already had the positioning and I was able to kill him. Plus, I was healing passively over time with the water drink, so I was able to basically make sure that I killed him. So I get the guys there, and we're able to take the 3rd tier bot turret, and I believe we get the inhibitor here as well. So yeah, so we pick up the inhibitor, we pick up the bottom 3rd tier turret. Now, I think I grab. I try to help them push in mid right here. So I get over towards mid lane and I help them take this. So we take that without too much difficulty, and we also grab this inhibitor because of Maokai's ultimate. So, you know, we got some pretty decent. Now, this is where I got greedy. The Vibes catches me out of position and he's gonna blow me up. So it's about to come up in this next fight. I'm about to die. And it's because I got caught out of position, like the Zyra constantly keeps getting caught out of position. Now I thought I was going to be able to get a, right here. So boom, I'm going to run in and get the, but again, like I said, the Rise catches me out of position and punishes me for it. The Rise, as you can see, is a really big boy. He's 14 and 5 and he has a lot of damage and pressure. And he's not squishy at all, so it's very difficult for you to just straight up just fight him. Plus, you know, he gets the shield from proccing all 3 of his spells on top of each other. So he's a very strong champion that you don't want to be fighting against like that. But fortunately, you know, we were able to beat him in this game. So right now I'm 21 and 8, which I'm at these points in the game, I get really nervous because I don't want to ruin my score. because I really want to make sure that I stay in single digit deaths if I had double digit score, because it kind of just throws off my whole gameplay, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm like a kill whore. I need the kills. I need to make sure my score looks sexy. So I go grab the GA right here. So I got the lifesteal, I got the second life, I got the Phantom Dancer for damage reduction and trading and kiting, and then I also aim to be able to run through minions. And then I got the Essence Reavers to be able to make sure that I get the cooldown that I need to dash around all over the place. So I'm pretty strong right now. Well, obviously, because I'm 21 and 8, but like I say that, but yeah, no, I feel like I was really strong. I did everything right. I'm about almost 300 CS right now at this point. I have the most CS on both sides. The Rise is coming up to a close second though. Right under the Kled. So first is me, then Rise, then Kled. So I make sure I ward on the side lanes to make sure I don't get picked off. Now, right there, I wanted to go in on the Kled because I saw him by himself, but then again, I don't know where the rest of his team is. So I could be running a big risk of getting myself into a fight that I didn't want to be a part of. So I just opt out and just go top to push in top turret. I grab a couple minions here. I believe the Mokai decides to stay topside with us. So it's a 3v, it's 3 of us pushing in top. And I say to myself like, oh, well, the inhibitor is wide open. We can just skip right past the minions and go straight to the inhibitor instead of actually farming this wave out. But my team says, hey, you know, maybe it'd probably be better if we just clear out the wave, because you can clear out the wave pretty efficiently, and we can go ahead and just grab the inhibitor with the minions helping us out. So I decided to just focus on trying to grab the inhibitor. Right here, as you can see, the Jax tries to go in on me, but we're able to get him really easily. I'm able to get the Rise. Now I try to get the Kled, but he was able to dash away from me. Now I get the Zyra here though, because she was out of position. Oh no, first I get the Vayne, then I get the Zyra. She tries to flash out of the direction, but she gets caught. Now I believe right here I tried to dive the Kled and it costs me, and I get killed for it. Oh no. No, so yeah, that was the game, guys. Oh no, I'm gonna die again because I did the fountain thingy. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. This is Zuki M1, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.